So where we left off, we finished the lower body, printed the upper body. So the upper body starts with the belly. The belly is like a nice, narrow area that goes between the belt tops and the upper torso. The belly itself is just two pieces that go together, and it has this really cool piece on the back that fits in like a puzzle. Basically has a port in the back that's an oval that lets you go in and get the wires in and out. I thought it was a really cool ad that Droid Division did when they built this thing. So then you do the belly, and then you build the upper body. The upper body is a huge deal. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, plus the backpack, which is 1. And then there's the lid that goes in the chest that pops up. So we're looking at like 9 pieces, and a lot of these are huge. Like we're talking 20 hours to print. So you print the pieces off, and then you glue them all together, and you need a ton of filament. Like, guess how much filament I need to do this. So there's a guy in town I went to and was able to buy filament locally. You can go to Amazon, you can go anywhere and get it, right? So you get your filament. I wanted to use the same color, and then I ran out. Here I am printing the back of the droid, and I'm using fluorescent yellow filament. Well, guess what? When you go to primer that and paint that, you have to use a lot of primer to make fluorescent yellow go away. So note to self, use dark colors. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to prime and paint it. So yeah, put it together, got it dry fit, and it starts to look good. Then I got this post, so I should talk about the poles. There are these 19 millimeter diameter, poles that you buy. Rods basically. You get them from any hardware store, and you can bring them. You can cut them to length, right? And the instructions that Droid Division gives you tells you exactly how long you want these pieces to be. There's a piece of pipe that goes down the left leg and down the right leg, and this then seats on the hips when the hips go on it. The upper body has something similar as well. The upper body is what I call a spine post. This post goes in a hole down the center of the hips and the belt tops, comes up through the belly, and actually comes up through a piece that connects at the base of the torso. So everything just sort of sits there on top, and this metal post holds it in place. Nothing's locked in, but we're hoping weight and everything else keeps it there. So yeah, so you got this upper post that's there. Eventually I have to cut it to fit so that it's not too long, but I want it long enough that it's going to be nice and sturdy for my upper body, because the upper body weighs quite a bit, right? It probably weighs 20 pounds. So yeah, we put it all together, and then next it's a matter of gluing. So we have to glue all the pieces together. There's dowels that go in that hold these pieces. So the dowels are for dry fit, so you can get the pieces to hold together. You could use your glue once you're for sure on it. And then of course you want to seal where these connect. So, the top part, the shoulder pieces connect here, and you want to end up sealing that so you don't have a visible line or a very visible line. Some people are super fanatical about their filling and priming and sanding and everything like that. Not so much. I just wanted this thing working. I didn't want like a rough droid just printed and here it is, right? But I wanted it to be, good enough, right? If I really wanted to go crazy on sanding it, yeah, that's a whole project unto itself, right? But this is not like museum quality, right? This is, again, the prototype, because my whole goal here is to cut this thing up in the joints and put in servos, because I want to automate this thing. I want to make it move. So that's part of the plan. So yeah, it's basically it. We got the lower body, we got the belly, we got the upper body, and then of course the head and neck goes on last. That attaches to the chest plate that moves up and down. So as you can see, Cipher 5 behind me here. Thought I'd finally uncover him for you, give you a little show. Here he is. So I keep him covered with a big drop sheet all the time, so I don't want him getting dusty in here in the shop. But yeah, I'll fire him up eventually, and you guys can check him out. There's so much to talk about. Like, this is just the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg for this project, right? Printing all the pieces, getting it dry fit, getting it put together, that's one part, right? That there literally is 200 hours of printing, right? And then you got to finesse, you got to sand some pieces to make them fit, you got to get the dowels to fit, you got to glue the pieces, then you got to fill in the gaps and the joins with your wood glue and stuff like that that you could use, and then you sand it all to make it pretty, then put on your primer. Sometimes you got to sand your primer a bit, then you put on another coat of primer, then you put on the paint, a couple coats of paint, then we got ourselves what looks like a droid. And so in future videos, I'll talk about the painting process and everything and how that went. And then next, we're going to get into electronics, which is the part that I really love. That's what growing up, I loved playing around with electronics. And so this was right up my alley. Of course, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just reading, forums, and don't forget Droid Division. They have a good Facebook page. So there's lots of ideas out there on how you can do all the wiring and stuff. But again, I'm just sharing you my journey on the Builder blog. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it, and take care. I don't know why there's a delay. So there's some poses. Back to resting pose.